Hello, dog lover. Welcome. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. In this live video, we are just going to talk about dogs. I am just going to answer your dog related questions. So feel free to ask your questions in the chat area. I will be answering all your questions. Some of the questions I may dig deeper. Some of the questions I may share some video information as well. So feel free to ask your questions. Today is all about answering your questions. All that and more in this live video session.
If you want to learn the negative effects of treat training which causes your dog to develop bad behaviors and health issues, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified about our next video.
All right, so before we get started on answering your questions, I have some announcements. Let me go through the announcements and then I'll start right away. So the live sessions from now on are going to be every 2 weeks. So after this, we're going to have a live session in 2 weeks, which is going to be on June 19th, which is a Saturday as well. Saturday, June 19th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So mark that in your calendar if you are one of my current viewers and you like to join these live sessions. Also, my next video, basically it's a live video training, which is going to be on Tuesday, June 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can join me live to train your dog. We're going to train our dogs at the same time. I don't know if you have received the notification or not, but it's a concept that I want to give it a try. So it's something that I'm interested to see if you are going to be joining me and enjoying this concept. Let me share the preview. I am going to train my dog the commands of sit and stay, and I want you to join in and train your dog at the same time with me. So just like a workout that you can watch and train yourself and work out with the trainer, this is a concept that I want to try. I want you to join in and train your dog at the same time with us. So put your dog on a leash and let's get started on training your dog the sit and stay command.
If you want to learn the negative effects of treat training which causes your dog to develop bad behaviors and health issues, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified about our next video.
So yeah, definitely make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and also you are hitting the bell icon so you will get notified as soon as I go live or if I post a video, so you can be coming and joining me at the same time to train your dog with me, with my own dog Annie. Annie's going to be there. We're going to practice and train the sit and stay command. If you want to work on it yourself and you're wondering how do you train a dog to sit and stay, that would be the opportunity. So I'm going to give it a try. Come and join me. I'm very excited for this type of video. I'm going to be live available for the chat as well if you have any questions during that session. So feel free to come and join me and let's train our dogs using play and praise reward system without the use of any treats, food, aversive tools, aversive method, or force or domination. So very excited about that. Now, in the next few weeks, I'm going to start a new project, a new series. It's called You and Your Dog's Wellness Series. This is coming soon. This is something that I am very excited to start. This is going to be an additional video on my weekly videos. Beside the training videos that I'm going to do, this is something that I want to talk about. Few things. There are a few things that I think we need to talk about. We need to be aware of. There are certain things in this world that we are not focusing on, right? And when it comes to us and our dogs, we need to provide a little bit more and understand a little bit more about our roles in this world. Every one of us, each one of us, there's a role for us. There is a reason why we are in this planet Earth. There's a reason why your dog is in this planet Earth. Every creature, every living thing in this creature has a role, has a purpose. And I want to dive in and deeper in this concept and in this understanding, and make you and your dog to have a great understanding of your role and also your wellness. Provide proper wellness for yourself and your dog, which includes safety, obviously good diet and digestion, exercise, movement, rest, and also sleeping and being still and resting a lot more, emotional balance, spiritual nourishment, and also helping you to achieve that balance, right? So I'm very excited to get started with this series. We're going to talk about a lot of things that many dog owners or many dog trainers or professionals, they don't talk about. It's not only about training a dog. If you know me and you have been watching my videos and you're aware of the concept that I share with you, is not only, we don't need to only focus on training our dogs. Training our dogs, yes, it's important. It's good to train our dog. It's very beneficial, but it's not the only thing, right? You have to provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs. I'm going to build on all these as well, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. I'm going to go a little bit more deeper in this concept and in this formula, and we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about your core role and your dog's core role in this planet, and how we can improve that, so we can improve our our communities, and eventually our planet Earth. So very excited about that. So make sure to, again, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will get notified as soon as those videos go up as well. It's an opportunity for you to come in and discuss all these things with me and with everybody else as well. It will start pretty soon, so I'm very excited about that. And the last announcement that I have, you have a chance to win a free digital copy of my book, 2 Simple Changes, which you can make today to make a big difference in tomorrow in your dog's behavior. I'm going to reward one of the viewers today. So make sure to interact with the live session today. Make sure to be present, and if you want to win this digital copy of my book, make sure to be interacting and make sure to ask questions and talk and be involved with the community. And at the end of the show, I will pick one of you, and I will reward this person the free book. So hopefully that is going to excite you about today. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions in the chat area. As always, super chat is welcome. And let's get started. And I see there are a few questions, I think, already. So I'm going to start answering questions. We have from iStick, I think A-Stick. There's a, I'm pronouncing it correctly, A-Stick. Forgive me if I'm butchering your names. I have a weird name too. Many people butcher my name, Saro, and everything. It's just Saro. I know it's one of those names that it's hard to say. So let's get started. A-Sticks is asking, hi, my dog gets really excited whenever we are playing and he starts to bite. Can you please help us? His name is Tyson. So Tyson gets excited and start biting, and whenever you're playing. So that's basically it's the reason. The excitement causes the dog to bite. Now, you're saying your dog. I'm not sure if you mean your puppy or your adult dog, but puppies puppies are puppies, they tend to bite anyways naturally. It's part of their growing period. Puppies, there are a few reasons why they bite. One is because they're teething, and when they're teething, their puppy teeth are being replaced by adult teeth, so it's kind of annoying them. So any opportunity they get to bite something which causes a little bit of relaxation in their gum, they will take advantage of that and they will bite. But if your puppy or your dog is playing and biting, that's a bite inhibition. Bite inhibition is basically I'm forgetting the word. It's instinct. Yes, it's an instinct. It's an instinct, and what it is, it makes dogs to play and learn how much to bite each other, how much to put pressure, because it comes from them being a hunter type of animals. And what it does, they like to, when they hunt and bite, it's something that is bred into them. It's in their instinct, and they have to practice that, and they have to practice it in play form. And unfortunately, when you're playing with your puppy or your dog and your dog is biting you, it's practicing that behavior with you. So in cases like this, what I usually suggest to do is either use a toy to redirect the bite to the toy, not to you and your arm, or make sure that you provide enough opportunity for your dog to play with other dogs, or if it's a puppy, with other puppies or other good dogs, so they can practice this with their own kind rather than with humans. When they practice it with puppies or other dogs, they learn faster, and also they are taught and also teach others as well. So it's much more healthier, it's much more beneficial. It's better for them if they are practicing it with other dogs. So those are my solutions. We talk about these in more detail in my puppy training course. If you are interested in joining in my puppy training course, my course is available at the moment, and it's on a sale as well. And you can join in anytime. Puppy training course, we'll learn a lot of things. We talk about puppy training basic, puppy psychology, puppy training, potty training, crate training, managing all the bad habits of a puppy. You learn your puppy's needs, the tools and equipment that you need for your puppy, basic puppy obedience training, basic puppy leash walking, games to play with your puppy diet, and much, much more. So if you are interested, make sure to join my puppy training course. The link would be in the description and also on my website. Let's go to next question, which is from Christian. Christian is asking, my beagle puppy is going on the table and eating our food. What shall I do to stop her from getting on the table? Well, that is a behavior typical behavior of not only a beagle, but a dog who doesn't have any so-called rules and boundaries set up in its mind. This beagle is doing whatever it wants, right? When a beagle chooses to do whatever it wants, does something like that, it clearly tells me that this dog, this beagle, is lacking any rules and boundaries. I mean, it's one of those beagles that is very spoiled. And spoiling a beagle or spoiling a dog, it's not that it's a bad thing, but it's okay to spoil a dog as long as you provide your beagle its 5 daily essential needs. If you are willing to, if you want to spoil your dog, right, you have to make sure that you provide its daily 5 essential needs. You do your part, so then your beagle can say, you know what, I have got my needs provided, so therefore I don't need to do this. When we are talking about a dog who's doing such a behavior like this, it's a clear sign that this dog is not getting any information from the human, and the human is just allowing this beagle to do whatever it wants. I mean, my dogs, right, my beagles, I have beagles too, they wouldn't dare to do anything like that. It's not that they're scared of me and they're saying, oh my God, it's going to be horrible if we get on the table and do anything like that. They're going to beat us up or anything. No, it's not because of that. Because I have provided my dogs, every day I try to provide my dogs daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. If I provide these for my dogs, they don't have, first of all, the energy, and second of all, the mindset to do any behavior like that. It's not a matter of I give you, this is a tip and say, do this. I could tell you very well, go ahead and put your beagle on a leash, put it in a crate while you're eating. And that's the most common answer a dog trainer would give you, right? But that's temporary. That's a band-aid solution. If you want the real solution, you have to dig a little bit deeper and provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise. You have to exercise this beagle. If your beagle is getting on the table, it's saying, you know what, first of all, this is my entertainment. This is what I want to do, right? This is something that I want to do because it's my form of exercise. This is one of the ways that I'm going to exercise. So that's one. Number 2, it's training, right? And remember, you have to provide these essential needs in this order: exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. Every day, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a day. So you have to provide enough exercise. Training teaches your beagle that this is accepted, this is not accepted. It's a communication system between you and your beagle. So you can tell your beagle, do this, don't do this. Stop this, stop that. Don't go ahead and do that. Don't do this, don't do that. You can communicate this to your dog. Training, that's what it does mostly. Socialization, you have to provide social, emotional stimulation for your beagle as well. If you don't provide that, then they will look for something to do, right? And if you don't provide care, like if you don't provide enough food for your dog, proper food, so your dog is saying, okay, food is very important for me because I'm not getting enough proper food as well, so I'm gonna get on the table and say, do my hunting and do whatever I need to do to get the food. And then affection. And this is the part that I want you to really dive in. As a beagle owner whose beagle is jumping on the table and eating the food, this is the part I think you are having problem with, the affection. Remember, spoiling. And affection is something that I said is a reward. You have to use it as a reward for your dog. So if you have to say, if my dog has done something good, I will share affection. If my dog has done everything good today and there's no bad thing happening, no bad behavior has my dog performed any, then I will share affection with my dog. The other point of view that I want you to look is, did I provide enough exercise for my beagle? Did I do any training with my dog today? So for example, when I say training, join me on Tuesday, June 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and see what I mean by training. Watch me train my dog. That's what you need to do every day with your dog, right? So watch me, what we do, and do it together with me so you understand what training is. And you have to ask yourself, did I provide exercise, training, socialization, care for my beagle in order for me to share affection? Do I deserve to share affection for my dog? Did I do my part? Then go ahead and answer that. If you haven't done any of this for the day, that's what you're going to get from your beagle. You have to do your part. Okay? John Tipola is in the house. Thank you for being here, John. Anthony is saying hello, everyone. And Anthony from Santa Cruz, Mumbai, India. Santa Cruz, Mumbai, India. Wow, I didn't know there was Santa Cruz in Mumbai. Good to know. Sure, of course, yes. Anthony is from Florida, USA. We have Larissa from Florida, USA. Very good. Welcome here. John Cipolla is saying my last name means onion in Italian. That is funny. I didn't know that, Cipolla. Okay, I learned something new today. And we have Brendan M. I have a 110 days old beagle. How can we potty train it inside our bathroom? His name is Leo. Brandon, first of all, I would suggest not to even think about potty training your puppy inside of the house. It's just not natural. It's just not normal. What is going to happen if you train it to do inside of the house? Then what is going to happen in future? You're going to have different problems, right? There's so many problems that are going to be developed around the idea of bathrooms, pottying and doing all those, that you're not going to like it. So to prevent not only those and also other behavioral issues to develop, I highly suggest you not to even invest time and energy to train your puppy indoors. Your puppy, even though is 110 days old, that is almost 4 months old, I would say, right? Based on my calculation, almost 4 months old. So it's ready to be going outside and doing its business outside. Put the leash on, put the harness on. If you need to pick it up, take it outside, find some place outside that is ideal and you prefer, or it's okay for you to allow your puppy to do its business. Take it there and let it do its business there. Reward it there by praising it and saying, good boy, good girl, to Leo. I think Leo is a boy. So tell, good boy, Leo. Yeah, you peed, you food. Just praise it verbally. You don't have to give treats. Just verbally praise it. And that's something natural. I mean, it's kind of funny, people or dog trainers, what they do is they ask the dog to do its business and then they reward it with treats. I mean, that's what naturally they have to do, right? They have to naturally go, right? And you're rewarding them for going. I mean, that is kind of unnatural, right? It's kind of weird to do something like that. So what you want to do is just make sure that you take your puppy outside and let it do its business outside, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, and it's safe. You don't have to worry about health issues or anything like that. It's safe. Take it outside. It will, naturally they need to do their business outside, and they will do it. And focus on that. Don't be lazy. Don't be thinking that I need to train my puppy to do business inside. It's not normal for a puppy. And I mean, the other thing is, for dogs to do their business inside of the house, it's not normal. It's not natural. They don't want to do their business in the place that they eat, sleep, and relax. That's not normal. We don't do it either. We have a different room for bathroom, right? So even dogs are actually cleaner than us in that point of view. They don't want to do it inside. They want to do it outside. They want to do somewhere far from the place that they sleep and eat. John Kipola is asking, my Beagle's role will be more therapeutic for me when she arrives sometime after August. I'm looking forward to being a dog dad again. That's interesting. What kind of therapeutic? This is interesting for me because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I am going to start a new series, which is going to be about you and your dog's well-being. And I want to focus on these things, your dog's wellness, because dogs have a bigger role than just being a dog. And one of them is therapeutic. It's very interesting for me to know and learn what you mean exactly by that, so I can create videos around that. That would be interesting for me to focus on that. Larissa is saying, I have 2 grown 8-year-old beagles. Great, nice. And also Brandon is saying he's from Praveen from Chennai, India. I'm learning so much. Great. This I didn't know these towns and these cities. It's good to know. And also additional question, does beagles and bunnies make good friends? I've seen there is a possibility for a beagle to make friends with any other creature, any animal. They're very friendly with everything, with humans, with animals. They're very friendly. They can make friends. Yes, definitely. Larissa is saying, my female has always been antisocial. As she has gotten older, she has become aggressive. Interesting question. Okay, so as I said, and I always say in my videos, in my live sessions, it's very important to focus on providing a dog's daily 5 essential needs. And one of them is socialization. If we have a case that a dog has antisocial issues, it's mostly, in my point of view, when it comes to antisocial dogs, and this is one of the topics that we're going to talk about in the new series. When it's a dog who has antisocial, it's mostly because they have this fear. It's safety issue, right? Bear with me. So the reason, for example, a dog is antisocial with other dogs or other humans or things like that, or vacuum cleaner or a garbage can or something like that, the reason they're antisocial is not because they're saying, oh, I'm antisocial. It's because of safety. They don't feel safe around that object or person or dog. And the reason they don't feel safe there are many reasons. One of the main reasons is when we get our puppies, we forget to provide our dogs daily 5 essentials, which is one of them is socialization. Actually, one of them is we are given the opportunity to this puppy to develop positive interactions and positive memories from whatever we can expose this puppy to. Garbage can, vacuum cleaners, other dogs, people. If we could embed positive information and positive reactions and positive experiences to our puppies, we will reduce about 90% of the antisocial behaviors in future. Now, when a normal dog or normal puppy who's been given all these 5 essential needs, is given all these 5 essential needs though perfectly, and they get older, they still will have some antisocial behaviors, and very light ones. And that is not because they're antisocial. It's because when dogs get older, they have experienced everything and they're done with everything. For example, puppies will bother senior dogs or adult dogs, and puppies, adult dogs, they don't like puppy energy. Senior dogs, or my own Harvey, for example, Harvey. I have Harvey, who's 10 years old, 11 years old, and Annie, who's a year and a half now. He doesn't enjoy having a young girl around, but he tolerates it. But the thing is that he says, you know what, I will choose when to interact with you, and most of the time I want you to stay away from me, right? And he establishes that. And whenever he's in the mood, he will play with Annie. And when he's not in the mood, he'll tell her, go away and leave me alone, right? So it's just a natural, normal behavior, right? And when you get older, for example, myself, I don't have the energy to deal with kids, young kids. I do better with adults, right? It's not that I hate kids. It's just that I don't have the energy for them, right? And also there are people who just don't like everybody, right? I like most people, right? But there are people who don't like everybody. They like certain people. So those are normal, natural things that you have to understand and I accept as well, right? It's not that your dog is antisocial. It's just has limits, has personality. That is one of the things also that we are going to dive in my new series, you and your dog's wellness series. One of the things that we're going to dive in is for understanding individuals, an individual dog, and individual persons. This is one of the things that we're going to dive in to understand and have a better understanding and grasp of personalities. Just because your dog is a dog, it doesn't mean that it has to love and like everything and everybody. You're not like that either, right? Personally, you don't just like everybody. Even though I like everybody, I like people, I don't like every single individual either, right? I hope that makes sense. Next question is from Kay. Hi, we have a 6.5-year-old rescue galgo. Galgo? I don't think I've ever heard what galgo is. Let me just Google it. Okay, Spanish Greyhound. It's a Spanish Greyhound, I think. Is that what you mean? Galgo. Okay, there's kind of a Spanish Greyhound. Okay, good. We have a 6.5-year-old rescue Galgo, 2 years with hunters, 2 years at rescue, 2.5 years here with us. Whoa, this dog has gone through so many things. He was extremely shy and fearful when we got him, still afraid of loud noises, people he does know, and also afraid of flies associated with fly sweater. We assume he was quiet, mistreated by the hunters. Okay, and our Galgo is a rescue from Spain. We are in Massachusetts. He's the most gentle, sweet animal I have ever met. Surprising, since we know he didn't have a start in life that included any affection. That is very interesting. Is Galgo the dog's name, or is that the breed? But because I Googled Galgo, it gave me a Spanish Greyhound. I'm not sure if that's the right breed. So yeah, let me give you some tips here. As you're saying, as I said, this dog has gone through so many things, right? 2 years with the hunters, 2 years in the rescue shelters, and 2.5 years with you. And is scared of flies. Well, I wouldn't worry about that. Flies can be intimidating for some dogs. My dog, actually, Harvey, he is afraid of flies. I can turn on the vacuum and vacuum right in front of his face. He would just go fall asleep. He wouldn't care. Right? But a fly just whizzes by, he panics and he wants to run away. That is normal. I have seen other dogs doing that too. They're afraid of flies. Just because flies make that sound, and also they come and go, and it's just one of those cases that I think psychologically it just bothers them. So it's something that I wouldn't really worry about that, especially, yes, ourselves as well. As soon as we pick the fly swatter, my dog runs away because it knows we are trying to get rid of that fly and associates with, I don't know, whatever imagination they're creating in their mind. So that I wouldn't worry about it. But your job should be, one tip that I have always to dog owners who rescue dogs is your task should be to remove the label of rescue dog. And what I mean by that is you need to start focusing on providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs, no matter what age. Whether you have a 5-month-old puppy or you have 10-year-old dog, you still need to provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. If you provide those, you'll have an easier path, and you and your dog will have an easier path to remove that label of your dog off your dog, right? Because what happens is if you're rescuing a dog and your dog is still living like it's in the shelter or it's in the past, then you haven't rescued that dog, right? Rescuing a dog means changing the life and outcome of that dog's, in the dog's mind, changing it in a way that the dog becomes a new person, new dog, right? And then that's how you remove the label of the dog. Believe it or not, both Annie and Harvey are rescue dogs. You may not knew that. Because I have changed their lives, the labels are off. They're not rescue dogs anymore. They're just dogs. That would be my tip. think of it that way. Think of it, how can I change my dog's life dramatically, like 360 degree. How can I change that? How can I make my dog to become a normal dog? So I don't have to say my dog has been rescued, right? It's by providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs: exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection, and in that order. Get up in the morning, take it for exercise, do some training. If you're wondering what training is, again, join me on Tuesday, June 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and watch me train my dog. At the same time, you can train your dog with me. That's what I mean by training. Train your dog for 50 minutes. Socialize your puppy, your dog. Provide care, proper care, and then affection as well, right? After you have provided exercise, training, socialization, and care, then share affection. Do that for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Boom, you change your dog's life, right? And that's how easy it is. All right, hope that helps. We have a question from Nola. How do I stop Beagle eating other dogs' poop? Frightened he will get ill. I think you mean. Swapping for treat doesn't work. Of course, nothing with treats work. Treat training and using treats to change a dog's behavior does not work, does not help. What I would suggest you to do is make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because I have a video upcoming regarding poop eating. And I have a video on my channel, but I have some new information that I want to share with you. So I'm going to share the link for that, of that video that I have done. I'm just going to name it Poop Eating. And I'm going to share it in the chat area. It's in the chat area now. Go ahead and watch that, but make sure to watch one of my upcoming videos that I'm going to go a little bit more in details, and also with new information about this topic. This is one of those topics that it comes and goes all the time. Okay, I skipped a question. Lisa is asking, how do I stop my 2-year-old mini Bernard Doodle from jumping on me and others? Good question. I also have a video about this in my channel, which I can provide it, so you can go ahead and watch that. Basically, what you want to do is you want to teach the sit and stay command. The sit and stay command are usually your best friend, if you do it properly, if you teach it properly and use it at the right time. I'm going to share the link in the video in the chat area, but Lisa is something that I want you to understand this. So join me again on Tuesday, June 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I'm teaching sit and stay, teaching and practicing sit and stay with my own dog. And then you can watch and use this. So sit and stay can replace the jumping. So what I want you to do is, for example, if you come across somebody, you meet somebody, and your dog is going to jump on them, instead of letting the dog to go and jump, what you do, you say, Rover, sit and stay. And Rover sits and stays, and as soon as it does that, you reward it with good boy or good girl, and reward it verbally. So you're replacing the jumping with sitting and staying. But you have to teach the sit and stay beforehand and practice it a lot. And then the other thing that you can do is teach it and then practice it with friends and family members first before you actually practice it with real people. Practice it with friends and family members so your dog learns, okay, if I meet somebody, the first thing that I need to do is sit and stay. So once you get that and your dog gets that, then you can implement it in real scenarios. And that would be the easy answer. But I have a video in the chat area, Stop Jumping. Go ahead and watch that. That will help you with some more additional information. Larissa, very nicely pronounced. Good job. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm very proud. I did something nice today. We have a question from Aris. I would say Aris. Yes. Hello, sir. I have a Spitz crossbreed. He loves meat and will eat only meat, but I have to move to a place where meat is very expensive. Is there a way to change his diet back to dry food, or any help would be great? Okay. You know, I always say, if there is a will, there is a way. Wherever you go, everything is expensive, right? Especially meat, I'm sure, is expensive everywhere, right? But you can find specials, you can find deals to feed meat, right? That would be just first tip. Find specials, find deals that the prices are low, then you can get meat. The other thing is try to add 25% of the meal vegetables. So you're reducing the meat. 75% should be meat, not only just meat to a dog. Dogs need 75% meat, 25% vegetables. So consider that as well. The other thing that I would suggest is, when you are feeding your dog, don't think only meat, only vegetable. You can add eggs. You can add an egg. You can add some sardine as well to replace the meat. So don't give up on that diet. Canned meat, canned sardines are good. Don't give up on this. Don't go to dry food. I highly suggest you not to go back to dry food. It's just not ideal. Since you're on the right path, just follow that path and provide as much as you can. Now, the worst case scenario is that you have to add some kibble, but if you're going to add kibble, make sure that you're adding some fresh food to the kibble. You know what I mean? Don't just feed kibble. If you're going to feed kibble, add some fresh food to it. Those would be my tips. Definitely, Nala. Definitely. Next question is from Rosa. 3 months old, needs 2 more vaccines. Should I walk him? He's a Shiba Inu. Also, what should I do for stopping to biting? So your puppy is 3 months old. Probably had already second shot, I'm guessing. Whether your puppy had the second shot or not, it doesn't matter. You can take your puppy for a walk. One of the things that you have to always remember, and this is very important to remember next time you have a puppy, or even if you have a puppy now, your puppy is already born immune with the mom's milk and the birth itself. So what it is mom already gives birth with all the immunity that this puppy needs for the rest of its few weeks or months that is born. Some say until the puppy gets into solid food. Some say even further than that, few months even after that. So by the time your puppy is about 4 months old, should have all the shots, but it is safe within that 4 months, still safe to walk it, to do everything that you need to do with this puppy. It's one of the concepts that it's an old concept that we still stuck to. It is that, oh, you got to be careful. I was one of them, actually. When we had Jonah, this is 22 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. When we got our puppy, he was a puppy. We were holding him here, and we were not letting him to see anybody or touch anything or put him on the ground or anything. We were worried, and because our vet had told us the same thing, don't take it outside, don't do anything. And we were doing that, but was one of the worst things that we could do, actually. Not only we were not allowing our puppy to build immunity, because they need to touch everything to build immunity for the future. That's the age that they are suitable and ideal to take in those bacterial information in a way to build immunity for future. We were lacking. We were not allowing our puppy to do that. Beside that, we were in that period that, again, remember, your puppy in that age is the age that needs to socialize, right? And this is the part and the age that they're very sensitive. They're very they're clean slate. This is the time that they need to get in all these positive information and experiences from the environment and everything, right? This is the time that they need to socialize. And if you avoid it, you're allowing your puppy not only to be healthy, but mental wise and social wise is not going to be healthy either. So don't be afraid, just take it outside. The old saying and old information that you need to be very careful, skip that. Forget about that. It's not that like that anymore. New information has come across and come aboard and is telling us that we need to erase those and just let the puppy go and do its thing. When a newborn is born in the nature, the mom doesn't say, oh, don't walk here, or don't do this, or don't go there, or don't eat this, or don't eat that. They just let the puppy roam and do whatever it wants, wherever it is, wherever mom is, unless that puppy is causing any dangerous situation, they will remove it from there. But other than that, they let the puppy join in. And most puppies, they eat the same thing that parents eat. Remember that too. They eat the same thing that the parents eat. The puppy, there's no puppy food unless the puppy is actually on the mom's milk. That's different. But as soon as they are weaned off and they are in solid food, they eat the same thing that the parents eat. Important to remember this. How do you stop a puppy biting? In the beginning of this session, there was the same question. So puppy biting, you either have to use toys and provide additional chew toys and things like that to stop, redirect the puppy to biting those, or provide other puppies, other good adult dogs to play with, so they can practice bite inhibition and biting with other dogs than humans. That would be my tip. I'm so sorry to hear this, John. That sucks, and it's bad to. It's not easy to go through this, and I wish you all the best. Okay, let's see. Is this question? Label 2010. My boyfriend has 2 pit bulls that are over 75 pounds each. One spayed, other neutered. I recently rescued a chocolate lab who's 60 pounds. I'm scared to let them meet because I know my rescue will submit to his to where am I? Label. So I don't see the follow-up, but I think so if you have 2 dogs and you rescue another dog, the problem with this is, now I'm going to be realistic and I'm going to give you the straightforward answer, okay? Whether you like it or not, this is the answer, okay? If you have 2 dogs and you want to rescue another dog, you need to have complete control over your 2 dogs or your 1 dog before you even think about rescuing another dog. You have to have complete control and complete great life with your 2 dogs, so you can create the environment for the new dog to come. If you can't control your 2 dogs, you're going to have trouble with the 3rd one. So if you have trouble with your 2 dogs and you're adding another one, you're going to have trouble with 3 dogs. Your heart is in the right place. Your mind is not. Your heart is saying, I want to help dogs. I want to rescue them. I want to bring them. But your mind is not telling you to do that. Your mind should say to you that, hey, we have 2 dogs that we need to help them to become perfect, and then we rescue another dog, right? So if you have already rescued, is there a way that you can return this dog and rescue later on? Maybe another family would be perfect for this dog. You maybe are not yet. It's not about you, it's about the dog. Are you allowing this dog to come in the right place? Or are you thinking about yourself? Or are you being selfish and saying, I want to do this. I want to save dogs. I thank you for doing that. I thank you for saving dogs. But even though we're doing something good, we need to do it properly, right? And doing it properly is understanding the whole picture, not just, okay, I feel bad for that dog, I'm going to go and help him and bring him. Because you're going to make that dog's life miserable. You're going to make your 2 dogs that are currently with you miserable as well. And you're going to be miserable near future, because it's not easy to take care of 3 dogs. It's not even easy to take care of 1 dog. You have 3 dogs. So that's my answer. I mean, it's something that I hate to say it that way, but that's reality. That's the reality check, right? You have to remember those. Anybody is thinking of rescuing another dog, make sure that you are in the right place at the right time, and then rescue another dog. So when I rescued Annie, I was ready. I have a perfect dog who can be a great teacher to my rescue dog. I don't have to worry about Harvey. You know, when I rescued Annie, I wasn't paying attention to Harvey. He was done. Maybe 10% attention I was paying to him. 90% of my attention was on Annie. My energy, 90% of my time and energy that I was investing was on Annie, not Harvey at all. Because he's done. He's not bothering me. He's trained. He's well trained. He's well behaved. His needs have been provided. Exercise training. I still provided him exercise training, socialization, care, affection in his level. But for Annie, I provided 90% focus on this. Right? So you have to have the energy and the time and the mindset to provide not only these for your new rescue dog, you have to have the power and energy and mindset to continue providing these for your current dogs. Is that reality? Is that a possibility? Think of it that way and then make that decision. Hopefully that helps. Larissa, I just thought about this. I will be moving from a house with a yard to a third-floor apartment with no elevator. Should I use a pad and change their housebreaking habit? No, of course not. Put the leash on, go up and down the stairs, take it outside, let the dog do its business. You want super tip? Boom. Super tip. I should have a sound effect for that. Change your dog's diet to raw diet. Once you change the dog's diet, your trips up and down will reduce. Dogs who are on kibble, they will drink and pee and poo 10 times a day. Whereas dogs who are on raw diet, my Annie, she poos twice a day, pees maybe 3 times a day. Right? That's all I have to worry. And I know when she does it, so I take her out that time. I know at 6:30 a.m. she does it, and at 3 p.m. she does the second one. Boom, she's done. If she does it, we're good for the day. If she doesn't, then I know I have to expect another one. So she has 2 poos a day, maybe 3 pees a day, unless it's a hot day and or she's been exercising really high activity and she drinks more than usual. Yes, she'll pee a few more, right? But the reason I don't worry about it, I don't bother with it, is because I have my dogs on raw diet. So if you change your dog's diet to raw diet, not only you're helping your dog to live a healthy, good life, but your trips up and down the stairs will reduce. Great question, great topic. I have a producer today. Producer, please, this is a note to producer. If I'm missing a question, please let me know. Next question is from Devanish. I just got a beagle. What should I feed? Also, when and how to start training? If you ask me what should I feed, I would say feed raw diet. That is the most natural diet that you can feed a dog. I wouldn't feed anything but that. Just like, if somebody asks me, what do I feed my kids? I wouldn't say feed your kids cereals, only cereals and cookies and candies and ice cream. That's not a normal diet for a kid or a human being. A human being needs a variety of diet, variety of form of diet. What is it called? We learned last night. We were watching something we learned last night. A diet called. They need, dogs need protein, vegetable, fruits, and some carbs. Humans, we need all these, right? But dogs, they need meat and a little bit of vegetables. That's all they need to eat. You can add some eggs, some sardines, and things like that, but overall, you want to feed a fresh food, what I call species-appropriate diet. You have to feed your dog a diet that is species-appropriate, okay? And it has to be in a way that it's balanced. So I would say study about raw diet, right? So that would be my tip. And when and how to start training. That is a good question. So let me see. Let me. Let me see if I can share this with you. That's a good. Good question. I want to answer it with this video. There we go. So me and Harvey were just about to go for a hike in the woods, and I wanted to answer a common question that I get. When do I start training my dog or my puppy? And what do I do? What do I train my puppy when I start training? So I'm going to answer that in this video. But first, me and Harvey, we're going to go for a short hike. Harvey, let's go.
If you want to learn the negative effects of treat training, which causes your dog to develop bad behaviors and health issues, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified about our next video.
So many of you are asking me, when should I start training my dog? So the answer to that is when your puppy is about 4 months and older, you start the formal training with your puppy or your dog. Now, before that, what you do, you get prepared by training and preparing your puppy for formal training at home. This is the place and the time that your puppy is young and comfortable and relaxed and can learn. And especially in this day and age, we have the opportunity to sign up for online puppy training courses and learn the fundamentals and the basics at home, and then join a formal obedience training course. And then you can have a well-behaved dog, just like Harvey, who can be off-leashed and enjoy the nature and all the hikes that he gets off leash. Take care. So I hope that answered your question. Let me see. Right. Hope that answered your question. Basically 4 months and older. Before that, what you want to do is you want to train your puppy in the house, inside of the house. And this day and age, we have, online courses that you can practice everything at home. You don't have to go to a class yet. You don't want to go to class. You want to practice it at home. Why is that? Because the home is an environment that is comfortable, relaxed, and a quiet environment for your puppy to relax, focus, and learn. Once you do that, if you do that, then in few weeks, in a month or so, or 2 or 3, then because there's no distraction, your puppy has learned everything that properly that you can manage and control it. Then you can take it to a group class or private training and train your puppy there. But before that, what you want to do, you want to do it at home. In this day and age, we have the technology available that we can train our dogs at home using online courses. So register, for example, to my puppy training one-on-one course and learn everything that you need to do and train your puppy at home first, and then go to any course that is offered in your local dog training course, whatever you find. Let me just bring this back. A reminder that if you want to win a free digital copy of my book, make sure that you are interacting in the chat area, so you will have an opportunity to win. I will be selecting one winner today, one lucky winner to get the book. Where am I in the questions? I know I was there. Okay, there we go. Is it fine for a 2 months puppy to get collar? Yeah, the collar is, I would say, for a young puppy, a collar is only just to put the identification on. But for a puppy, I would suggest harness is just safer. It's better. I understand. It's just better to go with a harness for now. And walk it on harness, because here's the thing. You train your puppy on a harness, you walk, and then once they are trained, you walk it on a collar. I hope that makes sense. That is wonderful. That is great. You are lucky. Shivansh, again, pardon me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm trying my best. Shivansh, I can't walk my dog out because of COVID and he is stressed recently. What can I do for that? Oh, that is a great question. That is a great question. I know there are countries and areas that we are not supposed to walk our dogs. We are not supposed to go outside, and some places actually they don't allow you to walk your dog either. So in cases like this, what I want you to do, if you have a living room, or better yet, if you have a backyard, what I want you to do is I want you to exercise your dogs a little bit physically, 30% physical, 70% mental. It's very important to understand this in general. Dogs need 30% physical stimulation, 70% mental stimulation. Many people do it the other way, right? That's one thing that I want you to understand and learn. The other thing that I want you to do is I'm going to share a link in the chat area. Let me find. I have some videos that you can play these games in your living room or in your backyard. Better yet, if you have backyard, that would be even great. I'm going to name it Play These Games. Okay, play these games. And I would love to share one example here. Let me see if I can share one of the examples. In this video, so let me share. Okay, so watch this video. This is an example of what I mean by playing proper games.
You're gonna put the ropes or the plywood. I have a 2x4s here in line. So the purpose of the game is to lead the dog to walk in between them. This is the easy step. This is part one, so it's not that hard. In general, when you're playing games or when you're training your dog, I don't suggest you to involve any form of treats or food. All you want to do is engage with your dog, have a good time, play with your dog. And this is a very interesting, very beneficial game for you and your dog. This is also a game that is very stimulating mentally and physically. It's very simple. Simple games for dogs can make it very beneficial. Doesn't have to be too complicating or too fancy-mancy. Simple games like this can not only stimulate your dog mentally and physically, can improve their lives as well. So, Sky, so you're just going to lead your dog to walk between them. That's all. That's all you're gonna do. Sky, this way. So you're gonna start by letting your dog to go between them. So once you practice this and your dog gets better and better, then you can narrow it, make it narrower, and then ask your dog to walk between them. Sky, this way. Sky, walk. There we go. The idea here is if we can control and manage our dogs and give directions to do simple things like this and play simple games like this, how are we supposed to control our dogs at the parks where there's more distractions? So as you can see, I'm making it a little bit more difficult for my dog. So Sky, walk. So you see now she's having a hard time. Don't worry, just guide. There you go. Good girl. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Yeah.
See it?
Yes.
So I just wanted to give you a sample of how training should be and how you can use games instead of going for a walk, for instance. Play games at home, simple game like that. I have shared the link in the chat area where you can go ahead and watch all the games that I have shared on my channel about playing games with your dog. Watch those, use those games and play with your dog. So not only because of the pandemic that is happening and you're not supposed to walk your dog or go walk for a dog, but in general, play these games with your dogs, because what it does is it gives you the opportunity not only to train your dog without the use of treats or food, but you train your dog, you play with your dog, you interact with your dog, you make yours and your dog's life better. You connect with your dog, you build a bond, you build a connection with your dog. Tons of benefits when you play games, right? So hopefully that helps you. Carol is question is, hello, how can I prevent our 6-month-old puppy from suddenly jumping and tearing clothes while playing with the ball with her? She fetches the ball, drops the ball, but sometimes gets overexcited. So that is a great question, and I have the great video that you can actually watch on my channel. And it's called Fetch. So basically what it is, let me see if I can share this with you. Basically what it is, I think everything is going well. It's just that the last part is the problem, okay? And I'm going to quickly share what I do, what I would do, and then I'll share the link of this video as well, so you can watch it on your own at home as well. So this is what I would do. Stay. Go get it. Okay. So the reason she's going to bring it back because she wants to interact with me. And come. Good girl. Yes. Therefore she comes. Therefore she listens to sit. Therefore she listens to stay. Therefore she comes. Okay. So the other tip that I have is don't play this game more than 5 minutes. If you play more than 5 minutes, it becomes an obsession. It becomes an addiction. And because of repetition of going back and forth, it will cause a little bit of damage in your puppy. It comes back and brings the toy to you, and you play and interact with your puppy. So your puppy is going to bring the toy to you. If you don't interact, the puppy is not going to come back to you. That's one of the mistakes that dog owners and puppy owners make, is that they don't interact with the puppy. Interact at least 30 seconds or a minute before you say, Annie, no. Good girl. Stay. Go get it. Okay. So the reason she's going to bring it back. So I hope you see that. So what I do is, well, you can watch the entire video, but you need to teach your dog the sit, stay, and come command. So what happens is I'll show you one more time. You can see it here, but the stay and sit and stay is very important. That prevents the dog from jumping on you. The 3 commands of sit, stay, and recall or come taught to your puppy before you play this game. This is very important for you to practice and invest time before you play this fetch game. I suggest you not to play the fetch game before your puppy knows this, and don't play this game until your puppy knows this, because if you play it the wrong way, you're going to be teaching the wrong things, and your puppy is going to be practicing the wrong things. So you want to do it properly. So I'm going to show you and demo it how you're going to play fetch game. So Annie, come on. Annie, sit. So I'm going to ask Annie to sit. I'm going to ask Annie to stay. Annie, stay. Annie, go get it. Annie, come. Good girl. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Yes.
Annie, nope. Nope. Good girl. Sit, stay. That's how you play a fetch game. Sit, stay, go get it, come, sit, and stay. That's the cycle that you have to repeat when you're playing fetch
Makes
games.
sense? Makes sense. So I'm gonna that should be the solution. Okay. If you do it properly, I'm sure you're gonna have a good result. So it's very important to play fetch properly. So I'm gonna share the link for this video in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that complete video and then play it that way. Whether you have a puppy or an adult dog, that's how you're gonna play with your dog. Okay. It's very important to set up the rules first, teach the commands first, and then play the game, right? That will set you up for success, and it will reduce all those bad behaviors and bad results from having your puppy or your dog to practice bad behaviors too. So hopefully that helps. Let me see. Okay, there are lots of questions. I'll try to answer as many possible. I lost where I was in the questions. Okay, so there's another question from Bendix69. Can't groom my pet. She becomes too nervous, doesn't let me, and starts biting. Okay, so when you have a situation like that, did I skip questions? I'm not sure if I skipped questions or not. But I think yes, Bendix69, my beagle becomes too excited when playing, then jumps and starts biting, tearing clothes and stuff. So it's same question as Carol. So I would play that, the game that I just shared, the fetch, or any game that you're playing with your dog, any game. Make sure that you teach your puppy or your dog the sit, stay, calm commands, so you can control not only your dog, but control the game. So that would be my tip for that. And that's how you're going to stop it. And you're also asking, can't groom my pet. She becomes too nervous, doesn't let me, and starts biting. My honest answer to this would be let the professionals groom your dog for now. The reason for that is because professionals, for now, it's a good investment to invest in allowing a groomer or a professional to groom your dog for now. So they will set your puppy up for success. And once your puppy gets used to it, then you can take over. But make sure that you're selecting or picking a groomer that is ideal for your puppy or your dog, is good, is not going to traumatize your puppy or your dog, and it's one of those groomers that allows you to see the place, see how it works, how it does, so you can have an idea. Okay, this groomer is causing trauma in my dog, or this groomer is good. This groomer can help me. Groomers have the tools and techniques to do a good job and provide, good grooming routine and good grooming experience for puppies and dogs. It's a good investment. Don't avoid. There are certain things that you can save and not invest money into them. But there are certain things when it comes to your dogs, you need to invest money. And this is one of the things that I would say, invest in it. It will save you in the long run. Coming from experience myself, if you allow your puppy or your dog get groomed with a good groomer, then you will have a good chance of providing a good experience for your puppy. So what happens in maybe in few sessions, when you send your dog to that groomer, maybe 4, 5, 6 times, right? The 7th time you can take over and do it yourself. Then you can save money. But for now, you want to invest money in that. And on my channel, I have videos that I have talked to a very good groomer. She has a YouTube channel as well. Her channel is called Go Groomer. Go and watch her videos. She gives great tips about grooming. She has videos that shows you how to groom your certain breed. Yes, definitely go and watch Go Groomers. Let me see if I can bring her up and show you what I mean, so you can have an idea. I usually don't recommend anybody like, very hard. I'm very hard to satisfy, any to get satisfied. She's the groomer that I would trust 100%, and I will take my dog to her if she was in my local area, right? She's the dog groomer that I would 100% trust and take my dog. And since if you're not local to her, I would suggest to go and watch her videos. She has all breeds. I don't know what breed of dog you have. I forgot if you mentioned or not, but she has all kinds of breeds. She shows exactly how to groom, so you can learn there as well. So that would be my tip for that. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so let's go to next question. Let me see if I got it right. Jolly, how can I make a Beagle puppy love baiting? I want to buy Beagle, and researching about everything about the breed. I came across your video and I love all of your work. Thank you, Saro. You're welcome. Yes. So I just explained kind of. So if you're going to get your puppy and you're going to get your Beagle, hold on. I'm going to answer this and then I'll answer that. Yes. So if you're going to get your Beagle, and you want to make sure that it's good with the baiting, one thing that I would suggest to do is I did an interview with a Beagle owner. This is very interesting. I did an interview with new Beagle owner, and we talked about this. Actually, talked about this topic, and I gave the same tip that I'm going to give you now. First, you introduce the bathtub first, without the water. Just put the puppy in there and just let it be, and play with the toys in there. Just the environment, you're introducing the environment. No water involved, no baiting involved. You repeat that for a few days. After a few days, you bring the shampoo in nearby and let it sniff and play with the puppy in that environment, in the bathtub. And then just maybe a little bit of water just around. Don't open the water, just pour a little bit of water, just introduce the water. For a few days, you do that. After a few days, you open the water. You see what I'm saying? Every few days, you're adding a little bit more stimuli, right? A little bit more of water you're introducing, to the point that you're in the, I don't know, a month later, 2 months later, and you can shower the Beagle. That's how you introduce the baiting. right? Slowly. Don't just all of a sudden go and put the dog in the water and shower it. That is traumatic for any dog, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're slowly introducing it to the bath. And thank you for becoming, hopefully you have subscribed to the channel, Jolly. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will get notified as soon as I post my next videos or go live. And somebody has asked, I missed it, but is offal any cheaper? Offal is muscular part of the carcass of the beef. I'm not sure if it's cheaper or not. I missed that question, but that's my answer. I don't know if it's cheaper or not. It must be cheaper, but I'm guessing. Watch movie. I'm guessing it's watch movies 1, 2, 3. Hope it's not too late to ask if I could possibly be in the running of winning one of your downloads. I love your YouTube and I will keep watching because I learn from you. Thank you very much. No, it's not too late. There is always a chance to win. John, is raw food as good as, say, the canned food? It's a good question. Let me tell you here. Here's the category from bad to good. Okay, from bad to good. Bad, kibble. Next is canned food. Next is dehydrated food. Next is cooked food. Then is raw diet. So you know canned food is in the beginning, right? So it's not good. Towards the end gets better. So kibble, canned food, dehydrated food, cooked food, raw diet. Raw diet is the best. Kay is saying we raw fed our old boxer that we lost a couple of years ago from 18 months old. She lived to 14 and a half, which is pretty old for a boxer nowadays. Midwest legacy beef is a good option. There is a good testimonial about raw diet. It not only provides longevity in your dog's life, it reduces a lot of health issues and distress in your dogs as well. Very good, very good. Rosa, what a good puppy diet. He's on wet and dry food, puppy chow, first time puppy parent. Now you have me thinking. yeah. I know, for many dog owners, this is very surprising for me too. Many dog owners, they don't realize that kibble or puppy chow or kibble and bits and things like that, it's not a dog food. That's not a dog food. Dog food companies have done a great job of brainwashing dog owners and dog lovers and people that this is a dog food. They have done a great marketing job of making people to think dog food is kibble. But that's not a dog food. I mean, kibble is not even close to a dog food. The reason kibble is part of food for dogs is because people blindfully buy it. And if you buy something all the time, why not produce it more and more? Why not sell it, right? If it's not broken, why you fix it, right? So people just buy it blindfully thinking that it's a dog food, but it's not a dog food. I mean, is cereal a human food? Is pizza and good food, even though it tastes good, it smells good, even though it feels good to eat pizza, but it's not a good food to eat all the time, right? I mean, I wouldn't feed my dog kibble unless Armageddon happened and there is like emergency. There's nothing around and I have to feed my dog something because the world is ending. That's when I will feed my dog kibble. That's the only time and only chance that I will give my dogs to eat kibble. Other than that, I would eat fresh. I would feed my dog fresh food. What I mean by fresh food, cooked, home cooked food or raw diet. You feed those only to your dog. Forget about everything else. Dehydrated, not a good choice either. It's better than kibble, but it's not a good thing. One of the reasons why dehydrated, for example, is not good or kibble is not good because they lack moisture. One of the reasons, they lack moisture. There's no moisture in that food. Dogs need to get moisture from fresh food. Dogs who are on kibble or dehydrated food, they lack moisture. They lack moisture in their system. That's why they keep drinking water to replace that moisture that they're lacking from the food that they should get. So that's one of the reasons. Beside all the other things that is processed food is lacking a lot of nutrients that dogs need. It's chemicals and weird stuff in it. It has a long shelf life because they have added a lot of processed chemicals to let it last additives. They have added a lot of additives so it will last long. A lot of crap in it, a lot of garbage in it, which is not ideal again for any dog to eat. So here's another great testimonial. Yes, our boxer had skin and ear issue as a pup that we cleared up when switched to raw. Never used flea and tick control because she was allergic and she never had a flea or tick her whole life. That's it. Mic drop. That's it. Right? That's it. I mean, what other benefits do you want to get from the diet that you feed to your dog? I mean, this is, again, couple of benefits of feeding a dog raw diet. Just couple of them. A healthy diet will create a healthy body for the dog to live. And this is what we want to focus on when we are talking about diet, when we are talking about health, right? Not only for our dogs, for us as well. And that's one of the goals of my new series that is going to come soon, which is called You and Your Dog's Wellness Series. In this wellness series, I will dig in a little bit more about this topic itself to make ours and our dog's life better and better by providing proper diet. If you want to provide a healthy life for your dog, you should be providing a healthy life for yourself. You can't save someone if you can't save yourself, right? You have to create a good, clean life for you before you can provide a clean life and good life for other dogs, for your dog. All right. Let's go through some more questions so I can answer all your questions. Born Winners Network, absolutely love your videos. My 7-month-old, thank you very much. My 7-month-old beagle is handful, having to reprogram him from 2 previous owners. 7-month-old is not too late, and it's not too hard. Again, reprogramming a dog, the only way that you can kind of fast forward it and make it happen kind of overnight, I would say. I hate to use that term overnight. Nothing is going to change within an overnight, but faster and sooner is by providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. Focus on that. It makes it so much easier to help our dogs by just focusing on this. This is the formula. Provide your beagle's daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection, in this order 3 to 5 times a day. You will get great results. Okay, so let me go through the questions so I can answer questions. You have to find the right harness. There are many types of harness. You have to find the right harness. You have to talk to wherever you're buying the harness from. You need to make sure that person or that store that is selling the harness is professional. It knows what is selling. If they don't know and they're just selling you something just because they want to make the sale, ignore that. Find a store that will fit your dog properly. They know what they have. They know what they're selling. And yeah, just find the right harness. Letitia is asking, my 7-month-old beagle pees in the crate every night. We take her out about 11 p.m. and again at 5 p.m. Still she pees and sometimes poops. I've measured her crate and used the puppy divider, but no help. So it's not that. It's not. The problem is not rising from the crate. Is what you're feeding your puppy. Again, remember, when you feed a dog kibble, dry food, that puppy has no choice but to pee and poop extremely, additionally. No matter what you do, you're not going to get over this issue. Your puppy is not going to get over this issue either, because the poop is always, the kibble and dry food will cause your puppy to eat, to drink a lot of water, and also because kibble is full of fillers, it will make the puppy to poop more often. So my simplest tip is just start feeding fresh food, at least for now. When you have a puppy, you'll see all these problems are going to go away. Plus, you can rewind the video a little bit. I talked about it a little bit more in details about this topic. Pranav is saying, my dog keeps taking my shoes. What do I do? The reason your puppy is doing that, your dog is doing that, is because you're not providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. It needs some form of stimulation. It's not getting it, so it's not also getting its daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. If it's not getting this, your dog is going to do that. The reason your dog is doing that is give you a message that, hey, Pranav, hey, I need you to provide exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection for me every day. If you're not providing, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you signals, so you will finally listen to Saro and provide my daily 5 essential needs for me? How many times do I need to repeat myself? Your dog is saying, I'm going to bring shoes to you and grab the shoes and run away until you get it. Make sense? Aisha is saying, what can I expect the first few days with a 8-week-old beagle? Should there some schedule for training and playing? If you have an 8-week-old puppy, you're not really doing any training at the moment. You're basically raising this puppy. What you want to do is focus on providing an environment and a condition that this puppy is being raised properly. Once again, I want you to focus on this formula. Provide your puppies exercise, proper amount of exercise. Training, you're not really training. What you're doing, you're introducing training to your puppy. So what I mean by that, instead of saying sit, which is command of training, you're just saying puppy, Rover, sit. You're just verbalizing it. So your puppy hears the word sit. Okay, I've heard this sit word before. So in future, it's going to be more familiar with it. You're introducing the verbal cues. Socialization, focus on providing your 8-week-old socialization. Again, don't worry about shots and things like that. Go back, rewind the video. Again, I talked about it. Your puppy is already immune from the mom, so just go ahead and socialize your puppy. Provide proper amount of proper care. First of all, feed fresh food instead of kibble or dry food, and then share affection. These are the things that you need to focus on instead of anything else. Okay, my best tip is you're raising a puppy. You're not training a puppy. Remember, this puppy would have been with its parents and mimic what its parents would do. They would just take care of this puppy. They will raise it, right? They wouldn't do any training with it. You're welcome. Yes, I answered it already. Letitia is saying, also any tips on stopping a beagle from taking food from kids? My pup likes to reach up on their table and take the food. In cases like this, you have to create a separation between kids and the puppy, right? Don't feel bad. There needs to be a separation because you can't control kids. You can't control a puppy. You can't control them all, right? So you have to manage the situation. The way you manage the situation is by separating them, especially when kids are eating, until you have a complete control over your beagle. If you don't have complete control over your beagle, don't let them mingle together. Not because of only food or anything. It's safety, it's security. What if your kids step on the puppy? And puppies at this age, that young age, are very vulnerable. They're in a sensitive stage, fear cycle. We call it the fear cycle. If one of your kids accidentally steps on your puppy's paw and your puppy feels the pain, it will remember that pain, that experience, and it will either next time will bite your kids or will run away from your kids. And you will never, ever be able to get rid of this behavior and this experience from your puppy. So it's very important to do the right thing and take the right steps. One of them is educating yourself. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're learning and come here to get educated. Join my Puppy Training 101. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I want you to invest time and money to get educated. Learn exactly what you need to do. Don't make mistakes. In the course, you learn everything that you need to do, right? This is one of the things that I also suggest to invest. Grooming and training online is something that I highly suggest every dog owner to invest. These are things that you shouldn't be skipping and saving money, right? Save money on other areas of your dogs. For example, if you want to save money, feed your dog raw diet, so you're not going to spend money to take your dog every few weeks or few months to the vet to figure out what is wrong with your dog health-wise. That's how you save money. By feeding the raw diet, you will save money. And then invest that saving that you're making on learning and investing in your dog's grooming, for example. That would be my tip. Okay, where am I? Okay, there's just too many questions and I'm lost. Okay, so one more question. I'm going to answer one more question, and that would be it for the day. And just randomly, I'm going to just pick one last question. So this is a good point, but I'd like to talk about this, but I already talked about it. The only thing is, yes, if you are regularly take it out, yes, it's easy. It's doable. It's doable, but it's much easier if you feed your dog raw diet. All right, I think that was the last question. Okay, so before I leave, I want to pick somebody that won the digital book. So what I like you to do, let me see if I could do this. What I like you to do is to go to, let me see if I can, just give me a second. Let me pick somebody. Okay, I'm gonna pick, all right, I'm gonna pick Nola Vote. Nola Vote. I think that's I'm gonna pick Nola. You've been very interactive. Please send me an email to info@sarodogtraining.com, and I will send you the digital book. Congratulations, Nola, and thank you for being part of the live session and being interactive and being part of the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining in today. I hope you enjoyed the live session. I hope you benefited from it. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to the channel, and so you can get notified as soon as I go live or post my next video. Make sure that you are also joining me on Tuesday live at Tuesday, the June 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so we can train our dogs at the same time together. I'm very excited to see you guys then and have fun with your dog. And I want to show you how simple dog training is. Make sure to join in. The video would be on my channel. You can go now on my channel and set the reminder so you will get notified. And I will see you then. And if you have any additional questions, make sure to ask them in the comments area. And until next time, have fun with your dogs. Okay? Enjoy the day and